What's good, YouTube? I am finally on spring break. So today's video will be separated into 3 parts. There will be a fun part, a school part, and a clinic part. So depending on which part you want to watch, you can skip to it if you want. But I know no one does that because everyone watches my whole video, right? Let's start with the fun part. We went to a Miami Heat game with our class. It was against the Kings on Saturday, March 7th. It was actually a really good game. We're on our way to the Heat game with the crew.
Nosebleed seats!
I believe it went to overtime and Wade, one of my favorite NBA players, led the comeback. I've always been a big basketball fan, NBA fan mostly. I don't really watch college basketball, but I am doing the bracket challenge for March Madness and that's a lot of fun. Be sure to like my video if your bracket's already busted. Also, we started our preseason I Am Basketball. We just played our first game. I'll include some clips from the game. Basketball, even though I'm not too good at it, but it's my favorite sport. I think we have a pretty good squad. Let's talk about school a little bit. We just finished neuroanatomy, the lab and the lecture component. I have to say I've learned quite a lot about the brain, the different motor sensory systems, the different tracks, and the anatomy, the different lobes, and how everything works. Something I think will be helpful before coming into PT school would be to really get down your cranial nerves, know where they are, and just know what each one does. Also, I think it's good to understand the different concepts so you're not just memorizing everything, and so you can still remember some of that stuff later on. Let's go on to cardiopulmonary. In cardiopulmonary, we've just been going over ICU, intensive care unit, PT, and the precautions, the things we should watch out for when we're moving the patients, getting them up to ambulate, to walk. For clinical skills too, we've been going over therapeutic exercise, going over different case studies of patients with different symptoms and trying to determine how to treat them depending on their diagnoses. And now we've been learning about stretching, some strength testing, resistive exercises, just putting everything together. Now the final part I'm going to talk about will be the clinic. I went back to the skilled nursing facility for the second day. This time everything went smoother, but I learned that I really need to get down my gait cycle. The different phases of gait, initial contact, mid stance, terminal stance. We had to assess the patient's gait and then to determine what exercises would be best to treat them. And that definitely requires knowing your gait cycle like that, which I didn't know. So that's definitely something I need to improve on. For my last clinical experience, I went to the hospital. We participated in trauma rounds. We helped joint replacement patients with exercises for the hip and knee, like ankle pumps, quad sets, glute sets. This will conclude the video. Thanks for watching.